There are two modules in the Rodin Civil Suite, and I'll be using both of them. I'll be starting in the train module where I'll be importing some data, doing some operations on that data, and then going on to the location design module and designing a road over top of that data. First of all, let me give you a little brief description of what I'm going to do. I'm going to import data, tin contour that data, excavate an area around a culvert, insert a culvert, and then design a road over top. First step is to import a data set. Import an ASCII data set. Like I said, it's an ASCII data set, so I'm going to choose the ASCII import format down the bottom here. Open up this file here. Press OK. There's my road. What this is a culvert replacement in this area right here. So I really don't need any data outside of this, this area. So that's why I only have data over here. I'm going to extract the culvert, get some volumes, like I said before, and then I'm going to insert a new culvert and then design a road over top. Continue on with my tin calculation. Press the Generate Tin button. Minor contours, major contours. Change my major contour color by pressing the plus sign beside major contours. Press OK. Change my minor contour color. Again, pressing the plus sign beside minor contours. I'm going to choose red for my minor contours. The top part of the dialog box calculates your triangles. The bottom part of the dialog box calculates your contours. I'm going to do minor contours at 1 foot intervals. Major contours at 5 foot intervals. That looks good enough. Let's proceed. Press OK. There's my contours. Let's take a look at this in 3D just so that you can see it, what it looks like in 3D. And then we'll continue on. Just a simple road with most of the data is over here. That's why we have these long triangles that occur over here. I could limit those long triangles if I wanted to by clicking on my Generate Tin button again and excluding some of these long triangles so that we don't get these long triangles that appear here. Let's go down to about 300. Let's go down even less. There. That looks good. Looks much better. Change my scale. Don't need to have it at the scale that I had it. Okay, what I've done for you so far is I've imported some data. I've generated a tin with contours. The next step is to create a feature that will be the base of my excavation, and then create my excavation bottom and excavate that culvert and the earth around the culvert. First of all, like I said, the first step is to draw the base of this feature, or the base of my culvert extraction, the bottom of my culvert extraction. Edit, new feature. I'm going to call it bottom excavation. turn on all 5 of these toggle switches. Click on the mouse, press OK. You're presented with a pencil, and when I click once with my pencil, it will change to a crosshair. Left click again to tie it down to the ground. You'll see an elevation appear here. So it's basically dropped a point on top of the ground at this elevation, 475.5. Move my pencil over to the other side of the road. Left click once. Left click and snap to that point right there. We'll get an elevation of 469.5 as you can see over here. Next step is to grade the bottom of my excavation, excuse me, and then import the results and merge them into the existing terrain. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this feature into an empty terrain. Control C for copy, just common Windows function, copy, Control C. I'm going to delete that feature. I don't need it anymore. So just press delete on your keyboard. Before I proceed, I'm going to save this file as Miller Creek. Like I said, I'm going to go into an empty terrain, paste that feature that I just copied into this empty terrain, and just so that I have a reference surface, I'm going to bring that Miller Creek terrain into the background. Right-click, active window plan options, background plus sign, background tab, add, Miller Creek, open. There. Nothing exists in this terrain file except for this feature right here. I can't select anything else but this feature. This is going to be used to create the base of my culvert extraction, like I said. Let's create some width to this feature. The way to do that is to buffer it out a certain distance. Right-click. First of all, select the feature, and then right-click, modify selected features, buffer, linear, 5 feet on each side, right and left. Join the 2 features together. Change my scale first of all. Join the 2 features together. Right-click, modify selected features. Join, I could have also used Control J. Let's close the other end, this open end right here. Right-click, modify selected features, close. Now I can delete this line that I originally brought in, paste it in. Next step is to grade to my surface from the outside of this feature, so in this direction here, outside, not inside the feature, but outside the feature. I have to know which direction is outside. It's the left. Press the grading button. Left side. Browse. I'm going to browse the file that I'm going to grade to. And I'm going to give it a cut and fill angle, 1.5 to 1. Turn on slope lines, interpolate slope lines every 2 feet. Should be good enough. Set daylight distance to tin boundary. Calculate tin. Press the plus sign beside calculate tin. Make sure that contours are off. I don't really need contours. Calculate volumes should be turned on. Press OK. Here we go. You are presented with a volume surface properties reporting dialog box. Except for one problem, the volume reporting dialog box is telling me that I have 780, almost 790 cubic yards of fill when it should be the reverse. The reason that that's happening is I've got my Miller Creek file, which is the original terrain, set as the final terrain. It should be switched. This should be set as the original terrain. Now you'll see that there's 787.5 cubic yards of cut, which is what I want. So what I've done for you so far is I've imported a data set, calculated a tin, drawn a feature for an excavation bottom, created some width to that feature of 5 feet on each side, and graded to the surface on the outside of that feature. Save this file as a different terrain file. File save as excavation. Yes. Just want to make sure that I have a tin surface. Yes, I do. Triangle outlines. Yes, I do. Turn that off. Once you've saved that, you can open up your original ground and then merge the two together. That's my next step. File open my original ground, which is called Miller Creek Terrain. Press the merge button, which is right here, merge terrains. Browse for excavation. Open, press OK, and OK again. This operation is similar to a cookie cutter. Basically, it cuts out the old data and places in the new data, which is the excavation. So basically, all the old data within this area has been discarded. Next step is to, so what I've done since the last time was I merged the excavation file into the original terrain file, the original ground. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate a tin and contours with my new surface, the combined surface. Press the Generate Tin button. There we go. Let's take a look at that in 3D.